Well, hi there, this is Andrew Paul Smith, and today I'm starting a new challenge. I don't know if you've watched any of my 100 inspirational videos in 100 days. Well, there's a link to that quite nearby. I'll put it below this video. But today it's the 18th of December, and I have decided to take on a new challenge. And the new challenge is this. It's a book. It's called Think and Grow Rich. And guess what? I've thought about a lot of things in my lifetime, but one of them is not getting rich. Being rich has never been something that I've been that bothered about. But as I'm getting into my later years, I may have said recently that I've got more years behind me than in front of me at 57 years of age. I'm thinking about my legacy. I'm thinking about what I'm going to leave behind me, and the kind of financial preparation that I've made for me and for my family in later life and beyond my lifetime, what provision I'm making for my children. And the answer is not a lot. So it seemed like a good idea to read this book, Think and Grow Rich, which is by Napoleon Hill. It's been on my bookshelf for years and years. And I think I did actually read it about 1989, but it was all brand new and fresh to me. It wasn't something that I was that worried about, and it was like, oh yeah, that sounds like a good idea. What I want to do now is I want to read it to you, I want to pass my comments on it, and then I want to apply it to my life and tell you, make myself accountable to you with whatever happens as a result, what thoughts I have as a result of becoming a reader of this book and an applier of its philosophy. There's a guy called Bob Proctor, and he's in The Secret, and you may know Bob from The Secret if you've watched it. And he's the guy with a twinkle in his eye. He's mid-70s. He's a great guy, and I'd love to be 20 years from now the man with the twinkle in his eye that has done what Bob has done, because although I can't do it as long as Bob has been reading this book, Think and Grow Rich, since 1961, and now he's a multimillionaire, and I'm not, and I've not been reading it. So here we go, Thoughts are Things. That's the first chapter, and it says here, the power that signals success is the power of your mind. How to make life say yes instead of no to your plans and your ambitions. That's a sort of subtitle to the chapter, Thoughts are Things. And okay, so I'm just going to read maybe the first 2 or 3 paragraphs and then comment and then leave it at that, because I'm already in 3 minutes today. Truly, thoughts are things, and powerful things at that, when they are mixed with definiteness of purpose, persistence, and a burning desire for their translation into riches or other material objects. Some years ago, Edwin C. Barnes discovered how true it is that men really do think and grow rich. His discovery did not come about at one sitting. It came little by little, beginning with a burning desire to become a business associate of the great Thomas Alva Edison. One of the chief characteristics of Barnes' desire was that it was definite. And I've actually highlighted, when I read this originally, I've highlighted in orange the word definite. So I'll read that, start reading this paragraph again. One of the chief characteristics of Barnes' desire was that it was definite. He wanted to work with Edison, not for him. Observe carefully the description of how he went about translating his desire into reality, and you will have a better understanding of the principles which led to riches. I think that's worth reading again. Observe carefully the description of how he went about translating his desire into reality, and you will have a better understanding of the principles which lead to riches. So we've got to pay attention now, all right? When this desire or impulse of thought first flashed into his mind, he was in no position to act upon it. That sounds about where I'm at. You know, when it comes to riches, I seem to be in the very last possible place that I need to be in to start creating or to riches or to being wealthy. So I've got that much in common with Edwin C. Barnes. When the desire or impulse of thought first flashed into his mind, he was in no position to act upon it. Two difficulties stood in his way. He did not know Edison. He wanted to work with the guy, not for the guy, but he didn't even know him. And he could not pay his railroad fare to East Orange, New Jersey. He couldn't afford to get on the train to take him there. These difficulties were sufficient to have discouraged the majority of men from making any attempt to carry out the desire. But his was no ordinary desire. No ordinary desire, and definite. How definite are you and I today about wanting wealth? Well, I've not been definite about wanting wealth. I've not wanted it. I've been pushing it away. But I've changed my mind. I need to provide for my family. I need to provide for my retirement. Not that I'm going to retire, but for my old age, shall we say, when I'm no longer able to work. I want to work until the cows come home. But there may come a time when I'm not able to create wealth anymore. The physical ability might have been denied me through my years, my age. So what am I going to do about that? And I've got to be definite. I've got to know specifically what it is that I want to do. I've got to have a definite purpose in my mind, and it has to be not an ordinary desire. Not, oh, when people say, wouldn't it be nice if, and what they mean is there's no way I'm ever going to have that. But you've got to have an absolutely definite desire. Now, I've already gone on for about 7 minutes here, so I'm not going to carry on reading the description of exactly how Edwin C. Barnes actually achieved the goal, which was to work with, not for, Thomas Alva Edison, and how he got there, because he didn't even have the train fare to get to Edison's office. I'm going to leave that till tomorrow. But let's remember today the words definite and no ordinary desire. Do you have a definite desire for riches? And is it not an ordinary desire, not just a wishful thinking, but a definite, certain, this is what I want? I'll tell you what I want now. I'm going to commit it to video. I want to create enough wealth for me to pay off my mortgage. I've got 7 years, I think it is, to pay it off. And I have got an interest-only mortgage, which means that I haven't got any provision for the capital. When the mortgage ends, I have no resources to pay the amount outstanding. I'm just paying interest on the loan. So I need £99,000, which is about $160,000. So I need £99,000 for that. And then I need... To more than that, I need to possibly move house. So I probably need more than 99,000 if I'm going to move to a different area of Sheffield or the country. Then I need to have probably more than 99,000 to do that. I also need to provide for my 4 children. Right now, I want to buy them a car each and to pay insurance for a year. So these are very definite ideas, what it is that I would like to do. And I would also like to create this wealth through my business, through becoming an inspirational speaker, where I'm touring and people are paying me for my services as a speaker, and to write books and to have videos like this one, and also audios, and also to publish books of poems, inspirational poetry. So I have got some definite ideas there, and I don't think this is an ordinary desire for somebody who has got very little income indeed right now to go to having an income which can not only look after my family, 4 children, 3 grandchildren, that I can provide for them when they can't provide for themselves, because I see that as my role, and I've never, for the last 8 years now, 9 years now, I've not been doing that. So I want to take on that responsibility again, to be there as the stopgap for my family, and to not be struggling each week, scrimping and saving, and, well, not saving, just scrimping, trying to find the amount of money that I need so that there's no worries. I can just go and buy whatever I need, not necessarily what I want, but what I need. And this is why I'm reading this book, Think and Grow Rich. So 10 minutes is far too long. It won't be as long tomorrow. We're going to look at Edwin C. Barnes. How did he get to work with Thomas Alva Edison? We're going to find out his story tomorrow. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is Andrew Paul Smith of apsmithonline.com. If you want to write to me, it's info@andrewpaulsmithonline.com, and I will speak to you tomorrow for day 2 of my Think and Grow Rich video series. Bye for now. Bye.